So I finally managed to tear myself away from Baldur's Gate 3 to do a video, and when I sat down to do it, I was kind of struggling to figure out what to cover for this video, and I was going through the comments on some of the other videos, and a few of you were asking about the new bridges when I was going to cover those in a video, and while I hadn't initially planned to do that, actually, because well, you can see them whenever you want. I figured, well, given how much of a big deal I made it out to be, and given how excited a lot of people were for those bridges, I figured, all right, screw it, let's do it. So we're going to be looking at all three of the new bridges that came out with the Star Trek Online Incursion update. Here it is, the bridge of the Yorktown class. This is the new Enterprise F bridge, and this, yeah, obviously this was the one I was the most excited about because, one, it's my favorite ship, the Odyssey class, so obviously this is the bridge I'm flying on it right now. I know there's the older Odyssey bridge, but I like this one better. It's more up to date, it's much cleaner looking, the lighting is much better too, and also there's the glaring fact that there is an Easter egg to me on this bridge right there. I've talked about this before. Yeah, this always makes me smile when I see it. Tumor Boy, you're a freaking legend. But yeah, this is still a massive bridge. Like, the other one was big too, but this is just enormous. Now, it doesn't have the second level that the old one used to have, and I know a lot of people are really attached to that. It does kind of still have that vibe though, because there's still like this big open area here in the front that does kind of like slope down, so you could compare this to that. And frankly, it'd be cool if they added some other stuff in here, like some control panels. I wouldn't say a table. It'd be kind of weird to have like a table just sitting here in the middle of a bridge, but I don't know, maybe fill some space in here. It'd be kind of neat, but it's still kind of has that vibe of the original in this part, in my opinion. I'm sure some of you won't agree, but I don't know, it works for me. See a bunch of open isolinear chips over here. I thought this was kind of a cool touch. Now, sadly, there is no ready room for this bridge. Each side is just a turbo lift. Now, they never made a ready room for the actual episode, which is why there was none for this one. They didn't add the existing ready room that's already on that's already on all the older bridges, just because it looks like crap these days. So they didn't want to mix and match those two aesthetics. So a lot of the stuff that you access from the ready room, a lot of it's accessed right here on the captain's chair. So you got the access library files and the contact duty officers right here, and for the account bank access, which was also available in the ready room, that's back here at this system analysis panel over here. So you can go right here, right into your account bank. Now, another obvious difference here is there's no transporter bay in the back of the bridge like the original one had. But, there is this big door. You could say, there's probably a transporter room back there. Maybe. Or there's something else there. Who knows? Honestly, I always thought it was kind of weird that they had a transporter room on the bridge. Because, then what's the point of all the other transporter rooms? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess there's purpose to them given how massive the Odyssey class is. But, just having one right on the bridge, I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. Let's take a look at some of the other panels here. Here's helm and navigation. And I love this center console right here. I know this was based off of one of the old Star Trek arcade games, I think. I forget the name of it because I was 3 years old when it came out. So don't judge me there. And then there's the big drop down view screen, which I do love because I don't like the whole window view screen thing where it just has an overlay on top of an actual window. Yes, this does have an actual window because that's just the aesthetic of every science fiction franchise these days. Everything's got to have a window in front of the bridge. But yeah, this one also has an actual screen too, which I would think would be very useful because it's a screen. You can put stuff up there that isn't just a window. But yeah, there's still the window here too. I kind of wish they put a little bit of outline of Elcar's stuff here, just to give the illusion that it could still function like those other view screens that you see in the newer shows on Strange New Worlds, just to give it a little more science fiction-y look instead of just being a window. But at the same time, it feels a little redundant because you wouldn't be using that and this at the same time. So I don't know, I'm just nitpicking at that point. But, this is YouTube. That's exactly what we do here. We nitpick. And then there's these big partitions here to kind of separate these halls between the outer edge of the bridge from the inner portion of the bridge. really wonder what their function would be. Like, you know, is it really just to like separate the bridge, or is there like, you know, actual components in here? Going around the back here, we can see here's the tactical console, which very reminiscent of the you know, the next gen style tactical console, which was behind the captain's chair. And then over here we got these two bigger stations over here. First we got communications, and we've got system mission operations, which this guy seems to be struggling with his chair a little bit. The other guy? Nope, the other guy's not. So a little bit of a bug there with the chair placement there. That always seems to be an issue with these ship interiors, is they always seem to be struggling to get like the NPCs actually sitting in a chair properly. Like, I know that's constantly bugging on the old TOS ship interior. I don't know what the deal with that is. I'd be curious to find out. Yeah, go up here on the second level. There are more consoles up here. No idea what they do, but they're there, so you can, you know. I know that in the episode that this that one of the episodes that you see this interior, there are other officers like here on the bridge of the Enterprise at some of these consoles. Yeah, no idea what they do, but they're there. And then there's two more back here. What's this one? Systems analysis and another systems analysis, which this is also the account bank. What's this say? Authorized personnel only by order of Starfleet directive. May have identity. Okay. Sometimes the little identifiers are funny, sometimes they're not. Like I said, you know, there's the really lore friendly ones like authorized personnel only, and then there's, you know, this goofy stuff like emergency top hat storage, which I love to death. I know there's some other funny ones on here too. I wish I could zoom in a bit better. I'll have to go into like demo record and see if I can find some other ones. So yeah, this is the Yorktown Bridge. Oh yeah. This is another one of my favorite parts. The massive skylight. It's just cool. Look at that. You just see all of space out there. It's great. I remember when Tumor Boy was first designing it, I suggested that the top hat be stored up here, and that way you can just like descend down onto your head, kind of like that scene from Empire Strikes Back where Darth Vader's helmet's coming down. That would have been funny. But nope, they're in the cabinets, which is honestly better because it's easier to read there. Oh, food replicator. I didn't even notice this. Yeah, the food replicators, because there's always a food replicator on the bridge. And by always, I mean it's usually just... No, wait, no. I was going to say it's just the Enterprise D, but I think Defiant had one too. And maybe Voyager. I don't remember. God, I have to look at that again. But yeah, this is the Yorktown Bridge. I love it. It's great. This is a really nice bridge. And yeah, I'm really glad that it's in the game finally as a playable bridge. So I, you know, can go in here and take screenshots whenever I want. Of course, I could do that with the episode too, but at the same time, it's here, it's mine, it's on my ship, and I'm really happy. Okay, moving on to the next bridge. This is what Star Trek Online is calling the Miranda Bridge, and this is that new bridge that appeared in the new updated Federation tutorial, which was, I think, last year, somewhere around there. And yeah, it's such a fantastic looking bridge too. Very, you know, sticking with the whole 2409 era styling, but I feel like a lot of people are really going to like this one, probably even more than the Yorktown Bridge in a lot of cases, just because this one's much more traditional in terms of Starship Bridge setup. Like, you know, we got the captain's chair here in the center. It's much smaller than the Yorktown Bridge too, which, you know, obviously it is because Yorktown one is massive, whereas this one's meant to be sort of a jack of all trades bridge, I guess you can call it. You know, it's meant to be just kind of be the generic Starfleet bridge, which is good because that's kind of what it's supposed to be. It's one that you could put on pretty much any Starfleet ship, and it fits the vibe. This is actually my first time seeing this one outside of the tutorial. I hadn't actually gotten the chance to, you know, poke around here since then. Okay, here we found the turbo lift, which we can go to the other crew decks. Now, I should mention with both this one and the Yorktown Bridge, only the bridge itself got updated. So if you go to the other crew decks, like, they'll look like the old interior, like you see here. So yeah, none of that got updated, sadly. I would really love to see like the these old ship interiors replaced with like the updated 2409 interior, because I would think that's possible. But again, we know how long it took them just to get the bridges done, so who knows what other sort of technical hangups there would be to replacing these old interiors with the newer interior kit. But yeah, back to the bridge. Like I said, this is really classic design. We got the helmet navigation at the front. I like these consoles, the more like curved style consoles. These look nice. And the clear glass in front of it, ooh, that's really pretty. Like you can see more of that here on these handrails over here. And we've got several consoles around here. What do we got? Mission ops, communications. This one's just, oh, this one's security. Thought it was blank. Nope, it's security. Science 1 and 2. Here we go. Library access, which library access, that's going to be the library access for, I think that's, I'd say it's certain missions. It's like one mission in the Romulan arc. And, oh, there's your account bank access here at the back of the bridge under systems analysis. What's this? Conference lounge. Oh, okay. So that's where the conference lounge would be for, you know, any of the, for this bridge at least. Here we go. Engineering 1 and 2. Environment. A lot of consoles. There's a lot of detail. These are all like individually labeled too. That's really cool. Like a lot of thought really went into this. Like I know this was like one of the last things Donnie Forsage did. I know he was a ship artist on Star Trek Online for a while, and apparently he also does bridge interiors as well, because he modeled this for Stowe before he left Cryptic, and now he's currently working on the Roddenberry, what is it, the Roddenberry Archive. I almost called it the Roddenberry Project last time. No, it's Roddenberry Archive. What's this? Oh, found the head. Oh, here we go. Captain's ready room. Nope, this one didn't get a ready room either. So it's just a pair of turbo lifts. Oop, jump over the bridge. Yep, turbo lift, turbo lift. Oh, here's the shuttle guy. And yeah, here on the captain's chair, that's where you can do the duty officer contacts. I like the tactical console on this one. Again, it's very reminiscent of the TNG classic style, but it's very much its own. It's very, very pretty. I like this. The view screen too, I really like this. Like this right here, very reminiscent of like the Excelsior, and I think the Enterprise A had it too. The little lights that go together. No idea what they do, but they're there. This bridge didn't get any windows, so this one's actually more secure, because again, I love the aesthetic of like windows on the bridge, but at the same time, just like there's that part of my brain is like, oh, there's a massive structural weakness right there. If those windows break, you're just so screwed. So that one doesn't suffer from, so this one doesn't suffer from that problem. Yeah, Star Trek Online's calling this the Miranda Bridge. But like I said, it's meant to be kind of like that, jack of all trades bridge. You can put this on any Starfleet ship and it would look fitting. Like I'm running this on my my Hydra right now, and I'll probably put it on like 8 other ships. I'm probably gonna put it on Theseus in California, just because we don't have any accurate bridges for those. Any of the Stowe original ships, like the Shepherd or the Edison or any of those. This is going to work for a lot of ships, and I'm super hyped that we have it available to players. Now here's the Katinga Bridge. This is going to be usable on any variant of the D7. It's a bit bigger than the what they call the HoS Bridge, which that's the Bird of Prey Bridge. That was from the revamped tutorial and is now available on all Klingon ships. This one's only going to be available on variants of the D7. So yeah, it's a bit bigger, but a bit basic too. Like the other one has the Bird of Prey Bridge has a more like tiered look to it, where the captain's chair is kind of like elevated above several of the consoles, very reminiscent of like what you see in Star Trek 3. Whereas this one's much flatter. Oh, but this one has a bit more to it, because you can go in the back here, and oh, there's, okay, I remember this one. I remember this from the tutorial. Yeah, this was meant to be like part of the, I think it was part of the captain's quarters, but it looks like they remade it for the just kind of like the ready room area / storage area, I guess. And the glowy bits on these consoles are intense. That needs to be toned down a little bit. But yeah, here's the account bank. And what were these? Duty officers, and this side is the library access. Okay, let's go back to the actual bridge itself. Oh, and we got a turbo lift over here. Very, the harsh red lighting, very Klingon. Which, again, with this one, just like with the Fed bridges, if you go down to the crew deck or engineering deck, yeah, it's just the old interior. None of that's been updated, so it's still the same actual interiors. It's only the bridges themselves that have been updated. Yeah, going back up here, yeah, we got the, I'm pretty sure that's the same chair as from the HoS Bridge. Then we got the very Klingon-looking consoles, which I can't read because I'm not Klingon Pop Warrior. We've got a view screen. It's kind of hazy looking, which I dig the vibe. It's very Klingon. It's very, like, I imagine that, it kind of gives the vibe of, oh, we're cloaked, so yeah, the sensor readings aren't going to be as good as they probably should be, so the view screen's a little fuzzy. Yeah, it's just not much to say about this one. It's just you know, very Klingon looking, but also very basic looking at the same time. Actually, here's an idea. Let's go compare this one to the other bridge. Okay, this is the HoS Bridge, which this is the Bird of Prey bridge. This is the one you see from the revamped Klingon tutorial. This one's been available to players for at least a year now, so this one isn't new to players, but I just wanted to compare it to the Katinga bridge. Honestly, I kind of like this one better. Like the whole tiered look, it really gives it some extra vibes. Plus, you got the big glowy bit under the bridge. Don't know what that's for, but it looks cool. View screen's a little smaller, and there's no view of Borath, which is a shame. But I mean, still, you know, it's a view screen. What do you want? Consoles are still splayed out around the bridge. I think the big difference there is the I'm stuck in a hole. The big difference is the consoles are kind of spread out further along the walls on the Katinga bridge, so there's just more of them, whereas this one, it's all very kind of at the front. But yeah, honestly, I kind of like this one a bit better. And here again, the this hallway in the back that leads to the quarters, yeah, same thing here as on the Katinga bridge, so that's not actually new. But yeah, so whether you like one or the other one more, now you have the option, at least for your D7s here. But honestly, I feel like most people are still going to dig this one more. It would be nice to get something a bit larger, though, because, I mean, there are a lot of large Klingon ships, you know, especially, like, you know, looking at the Negvar or the Vokuv. It'd be nice to have something more battle cruiser-esque, and especially because the Bortosk got recently teased, or teased is the wrong word, but where it's a safe bet that a legendary version of that is coming soon, because that just got a revamped material on it. And yeah, I mean, I know that one has its own unique bridge too, but again, that's like, you know, going to be looking a lot like the old Odyssey bridge, so it's going to be a bit dated looking. I imagine that's not going to be getting a revamp anytime soon, if ever, because I mean, we've already done the whole Klingon Civil War arc. I don't think we're going to be going there again anytime soon. So yeah, those are the new playable bridges that are now available in Star Trek Online, at least on PC. Console players, you'll have these new bridges available on November 1st, because I'm pretty sure that's when Incursion drops for you guys. Be sure to let me know which one your favorite is and which one you're going to be using the most on your ships. I imagine it's probably going to be the Miranda Bridge, because that's going to be available on more ships. And frankly, I think it just has more mass appeal, being a more traditional bridge layout than the Yorktown bridges. But, you know, y'all know which one my favorite is, because my name's on it. And actually, let me ask this question too. Which bridge that isn't already available in the game do you want to see available to players most? Because while bridges are extremely low priority for Star Trek Online, we know this because they serve next to no purpose in the game whatsoever, it is something that we still really enjoy to have, and, you know, every once in a while they do have the time to actually do these. So, which one do you want to see the most? If we make a big enough fuss, maybe it might happen. But yeah, let me know down in the comments down below. And while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. If you would like to further support the channel, you can hit that join button to become a member, or hit the super thanks button, or find the link to the merch store in the video's description. If you're ever shopping on the Epic Games Store, be sure to use my content creator code STU1701 while you're shopping. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me out, and I do appreciate that. That is content creator code STU1701. Either way, though, thank you so much for watching. My name's Stu, and I will see you guys next time.